Okay, we're going to look into a video that Cecil recently put up, and this is regarding. Now, Cecil doesn't put things into context, but it's regarding a comment that was left on his channel. Now, from time to time, sometimes we have people that sort of reach out and things get really concerning in regard to, you know, a person's desperation in regard to their mental health and stuff like that. And I'm not going to go fully into the comment, but this commenter says that they were going to, um, end themselves until they seen Cecil's channel. Now, we could say that it could be a troll because Cecil's content isn't the best in the world. But we have to take these things seriously, and Cecil,
Dustin Dole.
Cecil did in this particular case. So let's go through it, and there is some contradictions. Let's just say.
Dustin Dolan. I hope you're not a troll, bro. I hope you're authentic. I hope you truly mean what you say. I just want you to know that people do care, man. Don't be depressed.
I mean, like, I think in this particular case, Cecil is genuinely trying to, you know, uh, help with the situation. Now, when he says don't be depressed, people don't choose to be depressed. I know people say these things, don't be depressed, cheer up, blah, blah, blah. It's things are not that easy. And I know in this particular case, he's trying to help here.
If there's something that you want to do out there, don't ever let nobody tell you you can't do it. Don't ever let nobody tell you that you ain't good enough.
Well, that's a good message. We're all good in our own way. We're all skilled in a different way. We all have good values in our own way. I understand that.
Because you are. And if there is anybody out there telling you that you can't accomplish something, it's because they don't believe that they can.
That possibly is true, but Cecil does this to people all the time. This is why I'm covering this video. Cecil calls us untalented. He's better than everybody else. That kind of thing. But let's continue.
You know? If you're a good person and you try to be a good person to others and people are nasty to you, it's because people were nasty to them and they became evil instead of becoming the anti-troll. They're weak-minded. They feel like that they have to be a certain way just to get acceptance in life.
I would ask that question of Cecil himself, to be honest, in the way that he treats other people. Now, I understand that he had a rough upbringing and stuff, but on a daily basis, he treats people horribly, you know, and, he is trying to worm his way out of a situation that he's got himself in 8 years ago on YouTube. But the way he handled it and the way he treats people, he turned into the bully. Yes, he probably was bullied, but he actually did turn into the bully.
And honestly, you don't. You honestly don't have to be a bully to get acceptance in life. You don't have to be mean to others in order to gain acceptance in life. Just be yourself, be real, and be a good person. If people don't want to accept you for being real and telling the truth, then you don't need those people in your life, anyways.
Good message, but the problem is it's coming from Cecil, who makes stuff up to makes his situations worse than they are, and make out that his critics are worse than they are.
Because 90% of those people out there who are attacking you for being honest, they probably have skeletons in their closet. So, yeah, don't be depressed.
Don't be depressed. Um, it's not a choice, Cecil.
Keep your head up. Proceed in life with something positive. Make a podcast or do a paranormal channel or learn how to make beats or go do some metal detecting and create content out of that.
Oh, that's a bit rich coming from you, Cecil, because you don't do any of these things. But we don't have to. We don't have to do YouTube to be happy. I understand where he's trying to help the situation, but it doesn't have to revolve around YouTube. Basically, maybe his message is, do something that you enjoy. Let's just say that's what he meant, sort of thing.
Go do something that gives you a purpose in life, man. Life is too short. Life can never be bad so bad to the point where you're ready to kill yourself. There's
Well, I mean, like, people are in all kinds of different situations. We can't fully understand because we're not in their shoes. We can only stand in our own shoes, if you know what I mean.
always something fun to do in life. We all choose to be offended. We all choose to be sad. We all choose to take offense. That's why they call it taking offense. You don't have to take it.
Yeah, I had a conversation with a friend a couple of days ago, and when people throw negativity to you, you can choose to take it, or you can choose to return to sender. Don't accept it at all.
You don't have to be offended in life. You don't have to be sad in life. You can choose to be happy. Happiness is a choice. It's not a disguise.
No, 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 no. Happiness can be a choice, but it can also be affected by circumstances in life.
Discovery. It's not a journey. It's not something you're looking for. It's something that you choose to do. Just like choosing not to be angry, choosing not to be bitter. It's a choice. You can choose to smile instead of choosing to get angry.
Well, I get some of it, but people can be in situations where it's very impossible to smile in the situation that they're in. But I understand he's trying to help the situation here.
You can choose to have a good day instead of choosing to have a bad day. It's a choice. So I hope you choose to smile, and I hope you choose to live life, and I hope you choose happiness.
A good message, okay? He's trying to help. When we get these comments in our in our lives and in our videos, it can knock us for six. You know, when somebody is reaching out in desperation for help, and very often we get one from now and again. But Cecil he put out a good message to this guy, um, you know, trying to help the situation. But would it not be better to follow up this by being positive and doing positive content instead of standing in your kitchen calling everybody all kinds of names under the sun? You see, Cecil attacks people and he doesn't realize that some of these people have vulnerabilities, and he attacks that. Now, he may say that, they started it. It's usually Cecil. Cecil gets offended by a comment, and then all of a sudden they're the worst in the world, and he calls them all the names under the sun. You know, the message might be good if it came from somebody else. But, Cecil, after this, stood in his kitchen talking crap again. It, you know, I don't think I don't even think that he thought about all of this himself, because Cecil, is the victim, and that's why he feels justified to call people what he calls them, mocks people's appearances, etc., etc. You know, if Cecil would only, sit down and think about that, he's part of the problem. He, you know, he could attack somebody in a very, very vulnerable position, and that would very, very much so be negative to their life. And that's why sort of Cecil is dangerous. That's why we've got, rules, you know, terms of service on this platform. That's why we've got rules of engagement with other people. There's certain things that we shouldn't do. There's certain things that is not acceptable, etc. Mocking persons' appearances, being homophobic, uh, racist, or any of that, that's unacceptable. But, Cecil, when he gets angry, he may not roar and shout. He will turn to these insults, and it affects vulnerable people he doesn't even know. So, I wish Cecil would just sit down and think about that, because, you know, this was supposed to be some sort of a wake up call. We learn from every situation, we learn something from a situation. Cecil should, in theory, learn from this situation, but he is the righteous one, and we're all horrible people. So, I don't know. But I just thought it was interesting that he did reach out to. I actually seen the comment. Um, I seen the comment. It's not very. It's not difficult to find a comment on Cecil's channel, because there's not very many, because he goes through the comments before he allows them up and that. And I did actually see the comment, and it was concerning. Whether it was a troll or not, I don't know. But if I was in the situation, I would have dealt with it. I would have dealt with it as if it wasn't a troll, because of the serious nature of it. You know, but this coming from Cecil, I hope Cecil at some stage learns from it. But he continued on being horrible after that. If you're a creator on YouTube and you get a comment like that, it sticks in your head. And what would go through my head is, right, I'm going to put out this message of encouragement. Then I'm going to do some positive content, because I know this person is watching and is in a vulnerable position right now. But Cecil didn't do that. he went, you know, the kitchen rants and the negativity and stuff like that. So I don't know, you know. But just a short one for today. I'll talk to you again, sir. Bye bye. Right, I'm going to finish with a. I'm going to finish with a video that I watch every so often, and it gives me inspiration because I need it right now because I'm going through stuff myself. So here we go.
I wasn't ready. I have no arms and no legs, but I'm very thankful that I have my little chicken drumstick here. People freak out when they see me for the first time. It's so cool. I was at a water slide all by myself. Everyone obviously at the bottom of the slide is looking up and waiting for other people to come down, and here I come and they're freaking out. They're like, you know, like this. And I was so tempted to look at myself and go, what happened? You know? And there were times where I sort of looked at my life and thinking, well, I can't do this and I can't do that. And you keep on concentrating on the things that you wish you had or the things that you wish you didn't have. And you sort of forget what you do have. And there's no point, I believe, in my life where I wish I had arms and legs, I wish I had arms and legs, I wish I had arms and legs, because wishing won't help. But what I've seen in life are just a couple key principles, and the first thing that I've seen is to be thankful. It's hard to be thankful, man. I tell you, when I was 8 years old, I sort of summed up my life and thought, I'm never going to get married. I'm not going to have a job. I'm not going to have a life of purpose. What kind of a husband am I going to be if I can't even hold my wife's hand? It's a lie to think that you're not good enough. It's a lie to think that you're not worth anything. Oh boy. Woo! It's freezing, I can't feel my hands. I love life. You know, so many people come and say, how come you smile so much? And I'm like, well, it's a long story. But it's very simple at the same time. You see, it's very hard to smile sometimes in life. There are things that happen that you don't know and you don't understand, and you don't know if you're going to get through it. You know, you go through your storms in life and you don't know how long this storm is going to be. And today I want to share with you some principles that I've learned in my life that you can use in yours. Being patient is beautiful. I tell you, it's the hardest thing. But I realize I may not have hands to hold my wife's hand, but when the time comes, I'll be able to hold her heart. I don't need hands to hold her heart. You know, it is scary to know how many girls have eating disorders. It is scary to know how many people are just angry at life because of their situation at home and angry at others. It's scary to know how many people actually feel like they're worth nothing. Every single girl right here, right now, I want you to know that you are beautiful. You are gorgeous just the way you are. And you boys, you're the man. On this DVD, I share my experiences in life of how I've overcome challenges and seen a new, fresh perspective in life. To be thankful, to dream big, and to never give up. I speak to children, youth, and adults about key issues and principles that I've applied in my life that has given me the strength to conquer all that comes before me.